Ladies and gents, it's your boy, the internet pepperoni playboy, Alex Koons, and we're back here at Hot Tongue Pizza, and I'm bringing you another live in effect pie to pie. This one with a bunch of legends from the high desert. I talked to brothers, Kyle and Jacob from Slice Godz. We had a great conversation. We talked about social media. We talked about getting started, branding. We talked about their journey in pizza and how they built out this space in Hesperia that is like nothing else in the neighborhood. We talked about how crazy it is not to have a dough mixer in a pizzeria. He is hand mixing all of his dough. We talked about how they had worked their oven game. They don't have an official commercial Baker's Pride or Pizza Master oven, and there's a 3-step program. They're going from pan to screen to brick and still cooking up some fire-ass pizza. We talked about being in a band and growing up in Barstow, touch on their incredible social media and what that means to Jacob. We talked about playing Deftones, Power Man 5000, Rob Zombie, David Bowie. When is it appropriate to play what, and how scary can you get before you scare the families off? We struggle with that here at Hot Tongue. You can only play so much Puddle of Mud before they're like, are these guys serious? And the answer is yes, we are serious. We talked about the vision of Slice Godz, all the branding, how they've decorated and laid out the shop. It's one of those shops you see on IG and then you get in and that's even cooler looking. Everything is intentional there. I also just love the name Slice Godz. That wasn't going to be the name. They actually did. I don't even think they liked it. We talked about Pizza Expo a little bit because this was an episode that we did right before driving to Vegas, where we are going to get into a lot of Vegas interviews. But you can see on their Instagram, they took somebody named Pete Za out there doing interviews on the floor. If you haven't checked out Slice Godz Instagram and YouTube channel, I would give them a follow right away. The vision, their food. We might have to, if they do not have a mixing bowl by the time this comes out, we're gonna start a GoFundMe. It's gonna be, let's get Slice Godz a dough mixer. The thing I took away from these brothers was that if you want something, you can make it happen. I think we constantly, as human beings, create obstacles and excuses so that we can't do the things that we talk about. After talking to them and hearing them figure out how they're doing it, the saying goes, if there's a will, there's a way. And they're making it happen. They're making it happen right now, hand-stretching dough, doing this crazy process on these Avantico ovens. And, if they're pushing product out that is this supreme at this point, imagine how easy it's going to get for them when they do get a Pizza Master in there, when they do have a Hobart. Their pizza is just only going to get elevated, and it's going to get easier for them to create. But to know that you don't need all those things and that you can get by and make stellar, incredible pizzas at the bare minimum, that's the inspiration, that's the story, and that's what people need to know. Stop making excuses, figure it out. That's what they did, that's what they're doing. It was a dope conversation. I was excited to have it. They played the night before we showed up. They didn't get back to Hesperia until 3 a.m. They woke up. We had this interview at 8 a.m. If you ever see Duck Duck Goose on a band flyer, you best be there, because they're throwing down, they're having fun, they're making music, they're making pizza, and they're making a lot of people happy, and hopefully they're making people inspired. I'm inspired by this story. It was a lot of fun hanging out with these dudes. I hope that we are friends forever. Next time you're in Hesperia or the high desert, there's only one place to go, and that's Slice Godz. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Duck, duck, goose forever. Let's go. Before we start the pod, I want to shout out our sponsor, Zabs. Zabs is incredible. Both their hot sauce sit on every table at Hot Tongue. Their St. Augustine and original are mind-bending. I'm talking naturally sweet heat and their signature slow burn. They got this secret pepper from Florida called the datil. It is hot, it is sweet, it is perfect on pizza, on eggs, on anything. And I know that anyone who tries it is gonna love it. If you don't know about Zabs, you gotta check them out. And you know who put me on their hot honey, which I think is better than all of them? Nick Camacho. Shout out the man, the myth, and the legend for putting me on this. I didn't even like hot honey before this, but Zabs changed my mind. I wouldn't put it on every table at Hot Tongue if I didn't believe in how much it could enhance pizza. Do yourself a favor and go check out Zabs. You will not be disappointed. Anyways, I'll stop talking now. Let's get to the pod. Let's go.
Before that, it was just like weekend.
You went on
shit.
tour when you were 17? How old are you?
Yeah, all the way
Jacob?
to New York and
I'm
back.
38.
Okay.
Yeah, it was wild.
That's a hell of a way to grow up.
Yeah.
Real quick. On the road. Road
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it threw me little wolves, dude.
That's tight. Your parents were okay facilitating that.
Well, they were just stoked I graduated because that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And they were so supportive. Like anything we did, like it was like an open house. Like obviously, don't do drugs. Don't kill yourself. But they were super supportive of like whatever we did.
Yeah.
Our mom was just worried. Like, yeah, go live your dream, go on tour, but don't die.
Just don't die.
So you've been in that same band for almost 15 years?
It's been almost 15 years. Yeah. We
Yeah.
put our first record out, and there's like a anniversary type thing. Yeah, it's just coming up. Yeah, we're stoked.
That's impressive. All the same members?
Now we have the original lineup. We've never had a solid bass player, and that's where he came in. Like our friends would always fill in. We just couldn't fill that hole.
Yeah.
And then when he got old enough, we're just like, dude, this fool's a good musician. Like, let's just have him do it.
Yeah.
And then he's an amazing musician. He surprised me when he got older. Like I was like, damn, like he's good.
So what was it like growing up in Barstow?
It was fun. It was interesting. A lot of like fuckery happened. Are we allowed to say that?
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do except dive deep into whatever you're doing because there's nothing else happening.
Yeah.
So if you skate, you're going to skate hard. You're going to fucking play music hard. Like, there's nothing else going on. Like, literally.
Yeah. And there's only like two paths. It's like you find something you love and do it, or you do drugs and fizzle away, which is what happens, unfortunately, to a lot of people. But there's people that go another route too. They get like working out there, you're glorified if you work on the bass or you work at Santa Fe, which is great. Like they make good money. But
What's Santa Fe? What's the base?
Santa Fe is just the railroad that goes through.
Oh,
it's
shit.
like
Like
a main,
BNSF and stuff.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the main hub for.
That's like a good job.
Yeah, it's a great job.
There's like two like main military bases out there. So if like that's like people's end goal. Like if you can make it to work there, like you're set. But that's such a dead end place, I feel like.
How far is Barstow from here?
30 minutes.
Okay.
30
So it's not
miles,
far.
Yeah.
It's not far.
Yeah, we barely made it out a little bit.
No disrespect to those people that work at those spots.
Yeah, that's not what
Of
I
course.
meant. But yeah,
Of
I
course.
tried it too for a while, and I was like, I can't. There's no way I can do this for my whole life.
It's just
There's
not
no
for
way.
like creative people, like people that want to like make art or play music or whatever. Like you see those jobs and you do them and you're just like, oh, this is like, I want more than this. But then some people have great lives and great families and beautiful houses based off those jobs.
Yeah, it's like priorities and like what you want. Like a lot of times a job is a paycheck that facilitates what you want out
Yeah.
of that job.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
And then there's other people that want to fill that time doing things that they love, like art or pizza.
Yeah.
So how did we get into pizza?
Dude, I don't know. I just was bored as hell for a long time, dude. Because like I moved from Barstow to out here, which is not that far, but I didn't really have any friends anymore because like everyone was out there. So I just like didn't really know what the fuck to do. So I just every time like if I wasn't working, I would just be like making pies at home, dude. Like, and I just did that for a long time, probably like 10 years or something. I was just getting super into it. Like, people might think I might be a little autistic because of how like into it I am, you know?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I just did that for a long time. And then we saw the truck, me, him, and our drummer, Joe, we're driving down the street and we're like, dude, let's fucking do it. And then they helped me buy the truck. him and Joe, and then yeah, like I was telling you earlier, we got the truck, and then yeah, we tried that.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
get
just
the truck?
happened-
Did you load the truck up with ovens? Like, what did you did you
We-
mod it at all,
so
or were
at
you
the-
just like,
yeah.
fuck, dude, this truck thing was a bad idea?
Yeah, so
it
at
got
the,
to that point.
Yeah.
yeah.
at the time, like yeah, I had one of those little. I still have it. It's like a little the steel wood fired pizza oven.
Mhm.
It's like $1,000 Amazon wood fired oven, like the big square one.
Okay.
I had that, and like I was
Wait,
like,
hold on. Did you just be like? Did you just type it in the internet like wood fire pizza oven for pizza truck and like
no,
that's
no,
what
no, no.
came up?
I had already had it.
Oh, okay.
I
All
was
right.
like super into pizza. Like I was
Okay.
fucking
So
around
you were
with like
you were cooking in this oven in your
Ye-
backyard?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I feel like we're jumping very far forward. Like he started doing pizza way before that.
Okay.
Like when we lived with our
Yeah.
mom in Barstow, I remember he would always like just fool around with it and like put beer in the dough and do weird experiment things, and we'd have parties and he'd like make pies, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's cool, whatever. Yeah, you want to make us some pizza?" Everyone's drunk. Yeah, well, let's eat some pizza.
Were you just using like an oven steel
No,
or a
just-
brick or anything, or how were
No,
you
like nah, just ghetto, like just in pans.
just cooking pizzas in pans?
I just got super into it. It was weird, and then my friend, our old roommate Maiko, shout out Maiko, he's really the first person that was like, "Yo, like I'll give you some money, like cook for this Super Bowl party," and that's kind of where it all started.
Oh yeah, you
And then I
kidding
just
me.
got super more into it, and then
Isn't it crazy that like it's like one event like that gives you the confidence?
Yeah,
You know,
for
it's like
sure, yeah.
it's always just like one thing that makes you think to yourself, "Fuck, I'm pretty good at this.
I can do
like, I
this."
could do
Yeah.
this."
Yeah.
And then like you get that hype, and then it's like, I don't know, like your
Yeah.
trajectory in life changes because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there comes like that push that you needed. And so
Yeah.
it was the Super Bowl party that really solidified that.
for sure, yeah, I would say so. And then what's that? The secret stuff that we talk about, manifesting.
Manifestation.
And then like it just I had one path in life, like there was no changing it. My hands could not stop making pizza. Like
Yeah.
that's all I did for a long time, and then
It was
like,
kind of weird how
there was no
good-
stopping for me. Like I was like, this is gonna happen one way or another.
Yeah. It was weird how when he like dove into it, I would watch him, because for a long time, like he was always my little brother, and I was just like, he not that he was lost, but I was like, oh, I didn't know what his path was.
Yeah.
And he was so into making pizza, and I would just like observe from the older brother, and I'm just like, damn, this guy's like really into doing this, and he was getting good at it. So when he would do parties, people would always be like, dude, this is good, and then I'd be like, is it good? It is good. Is he my brother? Am I just saying that because he's my brother? You know?
Yeah, we're constantly like, fuck, is it actually edible? Like, do people actually like this?
I
Are they
do
being
that to
nice?
this day.
You know?
Like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
try to
sure.
remind myself, and I eat it. I'm like, he's good.
So then let's fast forward to the truck. We have the truck, and
Yeah.
what happened with that? Where did the debacle happen?
So yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, like I was just in there, I was buying shit. Like I probably dropped like, I don't know, like another $5,000 into it or something. We got like a little mini 3-compartment sink, because I didn't know shit about it at the time, like permits and all that. I didn't know you needed a fucking what's it called? Sorry, mom, my language is crazy. What's the where you take your truck? What's it called?
A
Commissary.
mechanic?
A commissary.
Okay.
I didn't
Sorry, I was
know-
having a hard
Yeah,
time
yeah.
on another podcast. I was like, "Where do you take your car? The car fixer place?"
You
Shit,
have
it's
to
a mechanic.
every night you have to take it to a commissary.
Okay, yeah, it has to be parked at a
to
certain
dump
place.
the oil.
Got it.
Yeah.
And like we were like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it legit. So we just spent all this money. We're like, I was like super about like being like legal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then the nearest commissary is like an hour away. We're like, there's no way in hell this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Like, legally, we can fuck around for a while and then it's just gonna get flagged. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so that's when I was just like, dude, I don't know if this was the move. Like,
But he
because
got
there's
so
no way
into
we're
it.
gonna drive an hour.
Has
do
that
that.
changed at all? When was this?
This was probably, I don't even know anymore, 2018.
It's like right
maybe?
before COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, like
So
five,
they're-
5 years ago. Has it? You know if it's changed? You know if there's a closer commissary?
No, there's
Yeah.
not, and everyone says
Honestly,
that.
That's crazy.
Dude,
So
but
there's no
honestly-
food trucks out here,
No, there
There
or
is.
there is,
tons.
and people are just doing it sus, like parking it in their
For
fucking.
sure, yeah. I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
their-
Because that's
their
insane.
driveway.
Driving that truck an hour away, like, just to make whatever you're making in one day. I don't know. It
Yeah, and the
doesn't
whole
seem worth
purpose,
it.
like the whole reason to have a food truck is to like kind of like be able to go wherever you want,
course.
like do it quickly and like
Yeah.
not have to drive it somewhere.
Yeah. I was talking to this guy the other day, and we were saying, like, if someone made a commissary up here, like, it'd be $1 million idea. But to get the land and to get the whatever, but
Permitting and all that stuff.
yeah, because there's tons of food trucks that would
Dude,
love
they
to.
might even have them. We're just not like, we're not that dude. Like, we don't know about stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
probably like
No, there's
something
not.
out here.
Because that guy told me, yeah, he said the same thing. He's like, there's not one.
Okay, so you ditched that idea.
Yeah, I built out the whole thing basically all the way up until the point where we were going to cut open the roof to put the oven out.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, fuck, like this is just doesn't feel right. Like I wasn't in it right like as much. I was in it, but I wasn't like ready, I guess. And then we sold it, and I was like, I'm gonna just go to school and like really like become a professional in the kitchen. And that's kind of what I did.
Did you play music?
I did.
Yeah.
I played music for years, for like 15 years. I did tours. I did the whole trying
Hell
to
yeah.
do it in LA, but man, it just got real depressing.
Yeah.
And I never took it as seriously as I should have.
Yeah.
You know, like now owning a business and doing pizza and doing stuff like this, like as a musician, I've really always felt, and like an artist, it was always hard to like be confident.
Yeah.
Even like doing this or doing pizza, it's like I instantly always want to deprecate.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and like
yeah.
kind of make fun of myself and like not take things seriously
Yeah.
because like you don't want to be that pretentious piece of shit or like, you know, like
Yeah.
you don't want to, you know, say, oh, like if you have too much confidence in yourself, you know, you're kind of taught to be like, be very humble. Like,
Yeah,
don't talk
yeah.
about your talents. Like,
course, yeah.
you know, so
From the outside looking in, you seem very well spoken and like you're good at what you do. And I think maybe music probably helped. Like,
oh my, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, there is no better industry that could have prepared me for the restaurant industry. I
Yeah.
always talk about, and I don't know if you feel this, but it's like there's so many parallels to the restaurant industry that there is in music, as in like it's still an art.
Oh,
You have to
yeah.
promote your band, you have to promote your restaurant. There's merch. Customers are just like fans. Like
for sure, yeah.
you're like building a recipe. There's a lot of creativity. The same creativity it takes to build a song. You know, you're taking something out of nothing. You're
course.
using drums. You're using instruments. So I don't know if you ever.
100%.
It feels, yeah, it's
I-
art for
yeah.
sure. Like
I
it's an art
always tell
project.
him that. I'm like, dude, I want this place to be like a band. Like, it won't make sense to a lot of people, but I'm like, if we're gonna like shoot photos, like I want them to look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if we shoot this place or the way we run this place and do marketing and stuff, like I want it to feel like, is this a pizza spot? Or if someone's wearing merch, like they could wear it even if they don't fuck with pizza. You
Yeah.
know? It's just like more of a brand. I don't know. I'm just like super, really picky about shit like that. And I think that's why it works so good with me and him.
Well, what is the relationship here for Slice Godz?
We're brothers. I'm his older brother. And I grew up like in skateboarding, like my whole life and music. And I'm the art director for this company called Pharmacy. It's the board shop.
Yeah,
And we
little company.
10 shops in Southern California. And I've been the art director there for like 10 years. Very small team. And yeah, I've been doing graphic design my whole life when I was younger too. And I was just, yeah, I don't know. Long story short, he's been making pizza and for a long time, and he's been really good at it. And I'm always like, yo, dude, like, let's do this together. Like, I'll be the brains of this side. I'll stay out of the kitchen because that's not my, my shit. But I help as much as I can. But yeah, we're just brothers, 50-50 partners.
The branding and the vibe, like you can get it off Instagram pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then I got here and it's like even cooler inside. But like you can, like everything you said, like I 100% agree. I feel like, especially now, like a pizza shop or whatever business that you own, like the brand is just as important as anything because like Instagram, does it bring like, I think it was Chadwick, this guy from Two Dose. He said that like Instagram was for like building your brand. Does it actually get you customers? Who knows? But it's like, it puts your brand out to the world.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys have strong branding. Obviously, because of your background, you can tell how fucking sick everything is in here.
Thank you.
And like how much you guys care about that shit. But it's like to me, I look at that and then I see like it just they work hand in hand with each other. So the pizza is gonna look even better because it's like, yo, these fools care about the t-shirts, they care about what's on the walls, they care about like how everything feels and looks in here. And that means, you know, they care about they're gonna care about the food, they're gonna care about how clean the kitchen is, you know. It's not every day you see a plant in the kitchen either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Artificial, but
Hey, everything's
it's
everything's AI, you know what I'm saying?
no, I'm a nut job, dude. Like with details, like everything has to make sense.
We're both pretty psycho about shit, and I'm psycho about the art direction and the branding of this place, and he is too, but he's in the kitchen, I'm on the other side, and we obviously collab on both, but yeah, it's been great so far. We're like super blessed, and it's crazy how quick it like took off.
Well, I was talking like, you know, what else is out here?
Nothing. Like I was telling you earlier, like there's probably like there's a few dudes that have been doing pizza out here like for a long ass time, but they're just not doing anything like what we're trying to do, I guess.
How would you describe your pizza? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what's the slice?
Yeah.
You
with
know?
the tools I've been given, with the amount of money we had or whatever, like it's supposed to be New York pizza, but well, obviously we have the little electric ovens and stuff, and I think they're Japanese or something, I don't know, but they get like so hot that I have to use pans. So like
Pans or screens?
Both.
Okay.
So like we had to do some like a lot of problem solving in the beginning, like because they were just burning. Like, cause I bought these big old like wooden pills and stuff, like gonna do it like OG New York style, and then the pies were just scorching on the bottom. So I had to switch to pans, and then so I start with a pan, and then I switch to a screen, and then I take it off the screen, like just to get it as close to New York as I can.
Fuck.
It's a lot, yeah.
The place used to get smoked out here, and we're like, fuck, we're doing this so wrong.
It was savage, yeah. But we've cleaned it up. We've gotten there. Like it's a lot more smooth now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Damn.
like I would love it to be like an OG New York slice shop.
Okay.
But with the space we have.
Do you have a display?
No.
Slices?
So we sell slices only from 12 to 4 during lunch hours.
Nice.
And then we just kind of like hide the pies in the back. And then we'll just like, if somebody orders it, we'll just pull it out.
Yeah.
Just a lunch special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type deal.
But originally we wanted to do like a case. Like this whole front part was supposed to be a case, and then
No space.
there's just no fucking room for it. So
Well, let's talk about getting into this spot. And like you know, people always think they have to do things a certain way, or like I need this certain oven, and I need to have this amount of square footage, and I need a mixer. So like I think I came in here, you basically told me that this hood is brand new. You know, you have 4 Advantico ovens and you're mixing everything by hand.
Yeah.
And I think this is like shit people need to know, because you don't need those things.
no, you don't.
Are they fucking, when you get them, are you
Yeah.
going to love them? Are they going to change your life? Is your pizza going to be a lot easier to make? Yes.
Yeah.
But to get shit going and
Yeah.
to make it happen, can you like take me through like maybe what this was and how you got in here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, we're firm believers of you got to eat a little shit to get started sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so this used to be a pizzeria like 4 or 5 years ago. Or it was just like this, like, just rinky-dink, like, carry-out spot. No offense to them. Like, I don't think they made it very long.
They kind of just gave up. Like before we moved into this spot, I like was searching to find this guy, and the previous owner, and then I finally found his number from some random person, and I was like, hey man, like why didn't this work out for you? And he was just like, pretty much told me he just gave up because there was too many rules.
Yeah, like, he was not down to, like, follow the
Those
rules.
are facts. There's a lot of fucking rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, fuck, maybe there's too many rules for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a no-brainer. Like, because we had started getting serious about it when I got back from school.
Yeah.
And we were like, this is going to happen. Like, we had already had, like, a bunch of potential investors and stuff. Not, like, concrete, but they were like, yeah, like, we're down to help you guys. Like, let's do it. So we were looking at other spots like around town, and then like, yeah, it's a learning process. Like we didn't know shit in the beginning, which is like a lot of the stuff you talk about too. Like when you got your spot, like everything changed. But anyways, like yeah, we didn't know that you needed a grease trap and all that stuff. So we were looking at all these cool spaces, and we were like, oh fuck. And then I found out later that you needed a grease trap and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so this little diamond in the rough was just sitting here. Fucking it had been empty for a couple of years. Just had a grease trap in the floor sinks but nothing else.
So how the fuck was he running it? How was somebody running a pizzeria with no hood?
He was.
No, he had a hood, I think. The guy
I don't
before. But this was a completely gutted space. It just still had the floor sinks.
Okay, so
I think there was
so
a
it
hood.
was a pizzeria.
Yeah.
Everything was gutted, and when you got in here, there was only floor sinks.
Floor
Four
sinks.
white walls.
4 white walls and
All the
floor
outlets
sinks.
were gone. Like it was just drywall, like just a shell, like nothing.
So you did the bar.
It was a full build out except for the
Okay.
grease trap and the floor drains. Yeah.
Okay.
They were trying to
Yeah.
turn this into like, I think they were sick of people having food spots here and it not working out.
Yeah.
And they just wanted like a retail or something. That's why they white walled it. And,
Yeah.
And because like the grease trap and all that was kind of like, yeah.
Was the floor black?
No, we did everything.
We just did everything.
This
Yeah, I
was-
love the floor.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you got the liquor store, you got the
It's
weed
sick.
shop, you got
Yeah.
the tattoo shop, you got the pizza shop, and there's a breakfast spot.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
We're like
this
the
is-
ghetto mall strip and Friday After Next. You know?
Yeah, we're like fucking, what is it? Clerks? Not
Yeah.
Clerks.
Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, these guys are like a huge influx of like customers. Just these people alone, like they come and support so often.
Well, I mean, I like love the strip mall pizza shop.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like when you have anchors, you know,
Yeah.
that other businesses are bringing in. I mean, like we're next to Hot Tongue's next to a foot spa, so it's not the best because we're blasting music and people are getting pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not really getting a lot of customers there, but I mean, there's a lot of people in this strip mall that
Oh yeah.
I would imagine help.
Of course.
So was it you just opened up kind of in November?
Yeah, it's been like what 4 or 5 whatever months that is. I don't know.
Almost
I lost
5
count.
months.
What's been the scariest thing?
That all the weight is on my shoulders for sure. Like that. Yeah, that's scary as fuck. Like if I don't show up, this shit doesn't work. But now we have cooks and stuff, so it's chill. But that was definitely the scariest part.
Not having enough help in the beginning and thinking that we could like run a weekend with like 2 to 3 people in the kitchen, like, and I try to stay out of there as much as possible because it's just not my, you know, he's the
He doesn't know what he's doing back
he's
there.
the guy. So I try, and I've learned a lot like over the, you know, all the time since we've been open, and I'll jump back there and do whatever I need to, but in reality, like it's not my space. So
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like as much help as we need, let's make it happen and we'll figure it out. But it's gotten better. That was the scariest part though, is like I'll come in here and it's like, dude, the place is packed and we're like panicking back there, and I'm panicking because I don't know shit
Yeah.
about making pizza. You know, it's like
We started with only 3 of those things too. So like even now, like on Friday nights, our wait times are like an hour 15. But yeah,
That's
it's
fucking great.
yeah, it gets wild though.
the people
like,
that
in the
don't
beginning.
get it, yeah, they're just like, an hour? Fuck this. Like, you know.
Yeah, well, that's tough if that's not something that they've had to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course.
but it's like, well, let me show you like what you're waiting on, and how much
Yeah.
better this is than, and I'm gonna show you that it's worth it. You know.
This chick the other day was like in here for like maybe 30 minutes, and she was like, because it's such a small space, like it kind of freaks people out. They get like kind of like anxiety, like you can feel it on them. And she was just like, I'm so sorry to bother you. Like, I just need my money back. Like, I can't do this. I can't. And we were like, yo, like, no, they didn't, like, the cashier didn't tell you, like, there was going to be a bit of a wait. Like, this is an artisan pizza. Like, it's not going to come out in 10 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to wait for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little shit like that. Just people don't understand.
Yeah.
We get a lot of little reviews and shit about wait times and stuff. I don't know how we got
The
there.
bad reviews are, I think they're funny. I always
so
want to
funny,
like,
yeah.
I always want to shine light on that type of stuff. I'm like, dude, let's make sure it's like your favorite 1-star pizza spot, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that that's the right route to go. You know, to shed light, to laugh, to like
course,
to
yeah.
turn that into a positive thing, because like a lot of those things, if you let them get to you, they fucking just eat at your soul. You know,
Yeah.
and it's
in
like
the beginning,
it's tough,
I'd
man.
be like, oh my god, my heart hurts.
Well, because it's
Yeah.
not like they're insulting a craft.
Yeah.
They're insulting. No other industry has to go through that. You know.
Yeah, and they probably work at like Amazon or something.
Yeah, you know,
those
I make
fucking
the-
reviews
I-
go so far.
I make the joke. Sometimes it's like, dude, like, what the fuck do you do? Like, let me
Yeah.
come to your job and be like,
Exactly.
oh, Carl S. You're fucking.
Yeah.
You spelled 6 things wrong in your email. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yelp is never a positive conversation on these things.
Yeah.
Usually.
We learned very quick that you're never going to please everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great lesson to learn.
They could have the best time here and still like find something to go to the internet about.
Complain.
The
Yeah.
old dudes, like the old like military dudes, will come in and they just don't fuck with it. They're just like, this is not it.
I think it's the vibe too. They probably
Yeah,
just
like,
see
they
us
fucking
and
can't
think
stand it.
we're these idiot younger kids that are like fucking around back there.
You know, that's so unfortunate, because I feel like there has been people that have come into Hot Tongue too, just based on who's making their pizza. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't get as much respect as somebody that like if like an older owner was sitting there and had some story about being from growing up in Brooklyn or some shit and served him the same pizza, it would be a completely different experience, because they want this movie type
Yeah.
shit that they
Yeah.
have in their head. But it's like, oh, God forbid somebody has a tattoo and some ripped up jeans back there.
Yeah.
And, you know,
He freaks out when he's not here because he feels the same way. He's like, if people see him back there, I think they know. They're like, all right, he's the guy. And then if he's not, then he's like kind of panicking, like, dude, I'm not there. Like, I'm like, dude, it's all right. You need a break. We'll figure it out.
yeah.
Oh, our
Yeah,
staff is
like
amazing.
last night, like we're so grateful to have. Yeah, it's mind boggling. But yeah, like we were gone. Like it's crazy to like me and my head cook, my right hand man didn't work. He's in another hardcore band, also playing a show last night, and we were just like, fuck, like we have to leave the shop. Like there's no way. So like they did it. They did it good, like all day long. But like it's stressful. It scares me, like letting them do it without us, like me and the other like head cook.
Yeah.
But they did it. They got through it.
Yeah, we were like looking on the numbers like on our phone like the whole
I love
day.
toast.
And like
We got toast,
Toast
too.
now.
yeah, we're freaking out because
Because
was trying not to
I
freak
know
out.
how fucking in the weeds they are when I can see like the numbers.
Yeah, when it jumps up and you're like,
I'm
holy
they're,
shit.
They're in the fucking weeds right now. Like I know it.
Yeah, they killed
But,
it though.
yeah, they got through it.
Everyone that works here is like such a blessing, and like
Yeah.
they want to be here, and you know, and like Joey and like Tassie and everyone, it wouldn't work without them.
Yeah, like my girlfriend's like a head line cook now too. Shout out Tassie. She's not here right
Shout
now.
out Tassie. Well, also what's cool about this place is you're saying like there isn't anything else like out like in or around here that has this vibe. Is like
No, yeah.
I'm sure there's like a lot of people out here who want to work at like a cool fucking spot, you know?
Of course, yeah.
And-
Yeah, we got flooded when we put the now hiring out. Like,
Yeah.
We like had to turn so many people away.
Well, it's crazy, like something like this, like you never think about the impact that you have on like your community, and like
Yeah.
not only are you bringing dope pizza, but like you're bringing a dope experience. You're hopefully a great employer. I mean, I've known you guys for an hour. I would work for you. You know what I mean? Like you seem like cool dudes.
Yeah, we're pretty chill as long as you wash your hands and do the bare minimum, you know?
Well, I got that. I
Yeah.
got that. I might have a career then.
Yeah.
I can definitely wash my hands pretty good. But also, you know, I don't know if you guys think about that. Like what you've done for this community or like what you will do. Do you think that like you could inspire other shops to pop up?
Yeah.
You know
hopefully,
what I mean?
yeah. Hopefully that's what we want to do is like it's not fucking impossible, you know? Because I thought it was impossible for a while, but here we are, you know? Like if you
amount
really
of-
give a fuck about something, it'll happen.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of work that goes into something like this, I feel like every time we'd be here painting the walls or laying tile or whatever, I'm just like, dude, if people could only really experience what we're doing is so much mental, not just physical, but mentally draining work. And then when it's done, you're just like I was saying earlier about the show being done, it's like such a relief. And you're like, wow, I get fucking emotional. Like sitting here, I'm like, I can't fucking believe we made this. Like,
yeah, it's trippy.
Crazy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, I have that same feeling. Like, I got goosebumps when you were just talking, because it's true. You get that, there's like that release, and then like when you get to open your doors, I just felt like it was different problems, and those problems were the good problems. It was like, all right, wait times, staffing issues, I can deal with all this, but like, you know, this is a great, you know, this shop specifically, it's like an art project, you know what I mean? Like even like the random fucking phone on the wall, I love it. You know what I mean? Like it's
we actually wanted to use that.
I was really hoping it worked.
Yeah, but it was a piece of shit, so I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, just like it's just something to be proud about. Like when I walk into Hot Tongue, it is like every morning I'm just like, fuck, dude, this is so
crazy.
It was so painful, but it's so beautiful. Every day I get to walk into that and just be like, and I know, like, me and Matt, we didn't do a lot of the construction, but me and Matt, it used to be a Subway, and Matt was the only friend that came down and was a psychopath enough. We ripped up all the tile with a fucking, we both had hammers, and we're just cracking tiles. And then we pulled the hood down, and like, I probably almost came down on me, but it's like, you're ripping out electrical, like, no one sees any of the shit you guys are talking about. Yeah. You know what I mean?
People just come in here and they eat pizza and they're like, oh, this is cool. All right, later, guys. You're like,
dude, some of our old like childhood friends like still haven't even came. We were just talking about that last night. Like, people don't give a fuck. Like, as much as we care so much. Yeah. Like, it is what it is. Like,
everyone's just busy and they have their own lives going on and they have families, but we're just like, hey, you know, come say hello. Yeah. We, you know, granted they live kind of far away, but yeah, it's just kind of like heartbreaking for little things. Just a nice hello or that's awesome, guys, or whatever. Yeah. But
people don't see what actually goes into it.
No, they're so busy with their own shit. Yeah. It's like we can't hold that against anybody.
Yeah, I mean, and also maybe it gives you guys like a little frame of reference where like everyone else is at, or like I mean, like I never, like, knowing how much work it goes into, I walk into a place like this and I get super hyped. You know, like you tell me it's a full build out. I'm looking at your hood, like your floors, like the dumbest shit, like really excites me. The first thing I notice is the stools. I'm like, fuck, those are sick. Like, like the pink light in the bathroom. Yeah, like, but whatever. Like you can, I just feel, I can feel the time. You know, when I walk into somebody's space and just be like, man, this is a special place. Yeah. And you know, it also made me think about like all the hard work that other people do. You know, and so it's good.
Appreciate you acknowledging that.
Oh, I mean, you can. You guys like did that hype video, Instagram, where the guy comes in and it's like,
oh, the real guy.
Yeah, but you could like it summed up the shop really well. It's like that's a good. That's kind of like you could feel it. Yeah. It was a nice setup to watch that and then come here and be like, man, it's even cooler in person.
Yeah, that kid killed it. He's just young, hungry kid, and I like seen his photos. I wanted him to do stuff for pharmacy, and then I was like, or actually he hit up the page too.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think he hit us up. They do that for free too, and like literally when they do those videos, like our sales like double, like for like that weekend. It's insane. Like they're just doing the Lord's work. Like they're just helping people out. It's crazy. Yeah. Like they didn't want money or anything.
No, it's incredible. I mean, like I've seen other like influencers go in and be like, let me make a video. I've seen other people do it. We were actually going to make a reel where like I come in, or one of my employees that comes in is like, yo, let me make a video. And like they do all the angles and shit. And then it's like, let's watch it. And it's just like Frank dancing in a wig, with his shirt off. But
you got to do it.
Oh, and we're going to do it. Yeah. I tried to film it yesterday, but we did the skateboarding biff and that was a bad idea.
Ooh, we want the vegan meats. We want the vegan cheeses.
Are people coming up to you and asking you, do you have vegan options? Do you have vegan meats? Well, guess what? A lot of them are not that good, but there is one that reigns superior, and that is Beehive. Everything that they make at Beehive is levels ahead of what you can get in a grocery store. Their pepperoni, their crumbled sausage, their cheeses. There is no contest. And the owner is one of the coolest people I have ever met. They make incredible products that go on your pizza, and it is dope plant food. That's what they call it, and that's what it is. Beehive, the best. Look no further. It's Beehive, baby. Straight out of Nashville. Good people, great product. Check them out. Let's talk about social media. Are you running that?
I do,
Yeah?
yeah. That was a big part of. I'm just like a psychopath when it would come to like band stuff. You know, there's always the one person in the band that kind of takes charge and makes the album art and does the shirt designs, and that was always me. And I just like, I don't know, I've just always loved clothes growing up, and I think a big part of it was like, I always make this joke, but like in high school one time, my dad was like, you could get some Payless shoes and a bunch of clothes, or you can get a little bit of clothes and some nice shoes. So I got the Payless shoes and never heard the end of it at school. Like, got so much shit for it. And I think that like triggered some weird
That's
thing.
fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
I know that struggle. I got some Avas one time at like fucking Payless, dude. It was not the move.
Yeah.
Scarred.
But anyways, I feel like that might have like triggered something, because then I like would always care about clothes like my whole life. Even young, like in elementary school, I would always like look down at my shoes and be like, you know, it's
Childhood
a weird
trauma, dude. Fuck, the kids fucked you up, dude.
Yeah.
Do you remember the D3s?
Yeah.
Like, those are one of the first pair of skate shoes I had, and like I went to pharmacy to get them. Weirdly, I was like 12, and I remember getting them, and like they were way too small for me. And my mom's like, "Those are too small for you," and I was like, "No, they fit good." And I wore them the whole year. They were like 2 sizes too small. Anyways, I'm going.
You wanted them that bad?
Dope ass shoes though.
I just wanted them so bad because I know that's what was the cool shoe at the time. But anyways, flash forward, I've just been a psychopath about branding, and I'm like that with pharmacy as well. Yeah, me and my friends would shoot videos growing up and film weddings and music videos and just random shit. But I would always tell him, I'm like, dude, if we do this, he knows social media is such an important part for your brand. And like, I would always tell him like, yo, like I want to make these crazy videos, like these spoof videos. And it's a lot of work, like all those videos. And like at first he was just like, he was in the kitchen, I'm outside of the kitchen, and he's like, what is your role? Like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to do social media. I'm going to make it good. And I'm going to...
Why do you get half of this money?
Yeah. Thank you. That's what I was trying to get.
Give me the business plan.
He's like, why are you going to get paid? And I'm just like, dude, social media is so important right now. Like, that'll be my role. And I'll be in charge of, like, figuring out the identity of the brand or the pizza spot. And then I feel like I was like, if I wasn't around, what would you do? And he's like, I just wouldn't do it. And I'm like, you wouldn't do it? And he's like, I'm not gonna pay anybody to do it.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna get paid to do it? And then there was a lot of back and forth, but I think opening, he realized really quick how important that is social media side of things.
You could skirt by without it, but it clearly it's important. It fucking helps so much.
Yeah, I mean, it adds so much value. And fucking social, like being on there is a fucking job, and it's not good for your health.
No, it's
like,
not.
The amount of just going back from Hot Tongue and like checking in on Pie to Pie, like my wife's like, get the fuck off your phone. But you have to, it's part of the job, you know?
Yeah.
And people pay social media managers and shit like $2,000 to $10,000 a month, you know?
That was the hard part, trying to explain to him and like our investor. We call him an investor, but he's a family member. Shout out to Freddie.
Yo, Freddie. Yeah, well, family members are the best investors.
Yeah,
so.
it was just, we could have went so many different routes to make this happen, but that was like the best. I don't know. That was just the best option.
It felt
I
right.
think. It felt right. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know where I was going. Sorry.
Well, did you have to tell Freddie, like, yo, the social media is important?
Oh, you were talking about because I get a salary, like for working every day.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I need one too, but yeah. So it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah, it was hard to explain to people that like how important, how much money social media people make. Like they make like $10,000 a month, and I'm not like trying to like be like, oh, I'm this great person, but like I've put so many years of like learning that side of like Photoshop, Illustrator, Final Cut, Premiere, like all these things, like, and I'm like, I know how important it is, and I'm capable of doing all this stuff for pretty much next to nothing.
Well, that's
Like,
the world you're coming from too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for free for this place, and I was trying to make them realize how much of like a asset that is for us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I want to get paid too. You're getting a salary.
We never were against it.
No,
It
I
just
know.
hasn't happened.
They just don't understand it as
Yeah.
much as I do. So it was like, it was just a little bit of a tug and pull of like, yo, like, this is very important. It's not gonna. I don't want to do this if we don't do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Sorry,
real
Sean,
quick,
man.
where like I love the name Slice Godz. Like I love how in your face and how arrogant it is.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
And we don't even sell slices all day.
But
which
I
is
could,
funny.
yeah, you don't, and you
don't
guys
even have
don't even,
slices.
yeah, but you know what? Like, anytime somebody says, yo, like, come check out the pizza, I don't say, like, come have a great pizza. Like, I'm always like, yo, come check out the best slice in LA. You know what I mean? Like, so, but it is also ironic that you only do it from 12 to 4. So your own, but like, where did the name come from? And were you at all on the fence about it?
So,
I wanted to change it.
Yeah.
I'm 33 now. I think I started making pies when I was like 19 or something.
Mhm.
And literally, like, from the beginning, like, it just popped in my head. There's no meaning. It's fucking dumb. Like, there's nothing behind it. It just popped in my head, and but it's stuck with me, like, all these years. Like, it was never not going to be Slice Godz.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be Slice Godz Pizza Bar, and then it changed into Slice Godz Pizzeria, but it never changed. It just popped in my head. I don't know.
He has had it for the longest time. Like, when he
Super
first
random.
started, he would bring it up and he'd be like, I want to open a pizza restaurant called Slice Godz. And being the control freak I'm like, that name's stupid. It sucks.
Yeah, it is fucking stupid, but yeah. I was like, I'm not changing it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I can't change it. It's not going to be what it is if you change it.
Yeah.
And he would say it for so long, like so many years went by of it was gonna be anything he did in pizza was gonna be Slice Godz, and I'm just like, it's stuck. So if we would have changed it to something, it just, I don't know if it would have felt right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I accepted it.
Yeah.
It is
You
what it
accepted the God into your heart.
is. Yeah, he's the
Slice
Slice
Godz.
God.
We work for the Slice Godz.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You are the Slice God.
No, I hate when people say that.
Praise be.
He's like, they
We work
always
for
say
them.
that.
I don't know
Praise
who they
be.
are, but we
Yeah.
work for them.
What I wanted to ask you, do you have a favorite contemporary or visual artist?
People have asked me that before, and it always, the first person that pops in my head is Ed Tippleton,
Okay.
Toy Machine.
Yeah.
That's just because I cared about skateboarding so much growing up. He was the first person I think I seen where I was like, oh, like the shitty beauty of the stuff he would make. It wasn't clean. It wasn't like perfect. It was just like Toy Machine,
Yeah.
blood sucking skateboard company, and it was scribbles,
Horns. Yeah.
horns, devil, whatever. Yeah, he's the first person that pops into mind. But I'm not like an art snob. I don't even know that many artists.
Yeah.
But I do respect a lot of people that do it that I just can't think of names.
Yeah. I love that answer.
And here I'm just like, we kind of butt heads because I'm always like, dude, if he wasn't here, this place would be way different. Like, it seems edgy now, but it'd be pretty
I reel him in.
nuts.
I
You
reel
know?
him in because he's just like super punk rock about it. And I'm like, dude, like, this is a fucking business. Like, do you want to make this much money or do you want to make this much money? Because if you run it how you want to run it, it's
Yeah.
not going to make any money. Like,
And I'm like, dude, if the pizza's good, if we're
Well,
fucking,
that's my opinion.
if we're listening to Gulch or fucking Slipknot, like, mom's not gonna leave because we're listening to something like that. And he's like, but they might.
I'm real big on vibes. Like, I want to make people feel comfortable. And he's just like, nah, it's my way or the highway, you know? But I want everyone to walk in and feel safe, you know?
Yeah.
Because some people truly don't fuck with certain shit, you know?
Do you guys play like heavy music?
You
and stuff?
gotta have the yin and the yang, and
Yeah.
you gotta. And it sounds like there is a good balance between the two of you. I just know, like, the conversations that you probably have, I have in my head. I will take things on, especially on social media. I'll take things to the next level, and sometimes I'll send reels to Matt and be like, "Yo, is this inappropriate?" Or I send them to my wife, and she'll just be like, "You can't post that." And it's like, but it's funny, you know?
Yeah.
Or it's like,
Yeah.
I want to say something, or I want to make fun of the industry, or like, I want to
Yeah.
make this T-shirt, and it's just like, you're right though. That voice in my head's like, what's the family in Silver Lake gonna think about this?
Yeah.
You know, what's the customer gonna think about this? And that's where it's like, no, we're not playing fucking Slipknot or, you know, Nine Inch Nails or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever in Hot Tongue. We play a lot of yacht rock, Sade.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
that's here every day.
We still off the cuss chick,
Ambrosia?
Anita Baker. Like it's. I've been doing a lot of Italo disco, but sometimes we blast Creed.
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta-
yeah.
We've been playing a lot of butt rock actually, like Nickelback and shit. Like that shit goes hard.
It does go hard.
But it's just mellow enough for other people to feel comfortable.
Yeah, and you're right. It's like, what is that fine line between like being authentic to yourself and then maybe making somebody feel uncomfortable or not
Yeah.
welcome? And I think
Yeah.
that's tough.
It is.
sure,
we
yeah.
try to. We've even had meetings about that, and we're just like we're gonna try to just read the room, and if it's a Friday night and it seems like the crowd here's a bunch of skate kids, like we could play whatever we want, you know,
Yeah,
we could listen to Deftones or whatever we want to. But then if there's like a nice family sitting at the bar,
It's a really intimate space. So
Yeah.
like
yeah,
you have to really cater to people like because if it's slow too and one person comes in here and wants to eat, it's kind of weird sometimes because it's so intimate.
yeah.
So yeah, like we can't just be like blasting.
Well, it's like I
Super
guess it's like
certain shit.
like when does it start? When does it start becoming about somebody else and not yourself? You
Yeah.
know, and I think that like that's kind of the tough thing too, because with the restaurant, everyone's like, it's always about hospitality and like service and being like, this is for the community. I've been like recently being like, well, no, it's for the community, but this is self-expression of myself. But that also gets you in trouble because
Yeah.
if the restaurant is you're really putting yourself out there, like maybe a little bit too much. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
where's the give and take, and when do you hand certain things off, and it's no longer about you.
Yeah,
There's
you have to reel it in, I feel, or you're gonna lose half of your sales.
Yeah, or at least a quarter or something.
Yeah.
yeah. What's the percentage there? That's the big question.
Yeah, and like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he says. He's like, dude, fuck those people.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I think that there
Yeah.
is like a time where it's like, well, fuck those people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it this way.
Yeah.
You know, because in anything you do, like you said, you're not gonna make everyone happy.
No, not at all.
It'd be nice to do that because it would be like more sales, but like I don't even think
Yeah.
it would be fun to do that. You don't want to please everyone.
No.
There's nothing fun in that.
No, it's not for
Exactly,
everyone
yeah.
for sure. But me, it is a blessing because like he pulls me back and I, like even like making the mural with like all these things. Like at the beginning, I was like, I wanted to put like some Playboy shit up there.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, not show too much, but I just wanted to be like, wow, this is crazy. This looks cool. Somebody made this. This is from shit I've had my whole life. Old posters, some were his. And like there were some things I was like putting up there, like wheat pasting up there, and he was just like, dude, don't put that up there. And I'm like, why?
It's fucking sketch.
He's like, dude, it looks like some mom's gonna come in here and not want to come in here.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
We get a lot of families, dude, like little kids and shit come in here
Yeah.
and hang out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you gotta tone it back a little
yeah,
bit.
and I get it. I
Well,
totally
it's
understand.
sick.
Thank you.
I mean, it's edgy enough.
Yeah,
You
but
got the naked baby from Nirvana.
he made me cut his
I made
thing-
him cut the
his
dick off. I was like, dude, come on. You can't leave the dick.
The
dude.
D should have stayed, dude. The D
That's what
should
I
have
told
stayed.
him.
I was like, you gotta cut it off,
The dick
dude.
should have definitely stayed. That's fucked up,
But
dude.
we at least could have put like a sticker.
yeah,
over
like,
it.
dude, don't cut his dick off,
Yeah.
dude.
And I don't even think he cut it off. I think he just went over there and like ripped it off.
Oh my psychopath, dude.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
there was this like this little devil picture or something. He's like, dude, don't put that up. And I'm like, dude, Taxi Driver, he murders people in the movie.
Yeah, Taxi
And, like,
Driver's fucked up.
this whole wall is full of negative shit. If you really
Yeah,
look
Pulp
at
Fiction was a pretty dark and bloody, and Fight Club,
it. Yeah, but it's all entertainment at the end of the day.
and everyone watches it.
They
Even
do.
like
Yeah.
the people who bring their kids in here, they love Fight Club.
Oh,
Yeah, for
if you don't
sure.
like Fight Club, fuck you.
Yeah, right? Let's say it right now. I wanted to go back to real quick because I think I kind of just skipped over it. But we were just talking about like what it takes to get into this place. And there is no mixer in here. You're hand mixing all of your
Yeah.
fucking dough.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Like I said, dude, like I was like, this is gonna happen one way or another. We fucking opened the restaurant without the hood.
Yeah.
Like we were like, let's fucking do it. Whatever it fucking takes, I'll do it. I'll do it by hand. I don't care. and it's not that it's chill, dude. Like it sucks some nights when we're after a Friday night and I'm like, fuck, like we have to make dough again. Like, but it's not that bad, dude. It's not bad. I have it set up to where my head cook will do like half of it. So like we're both just like busting out doughs like all day long. Like once in the morning, once in the middle of the day.
What's the dough process? Because right now I'm staring at.
Is it overproofing? It's probably falling out.
No, it looks fine. But I'm staring at your dough. I assume you left that overnight. You have 4, fucking huge
32 quarts
32
or something.
quart containers
the
of
biggest
dough.
Cambro they make.
Yeah.
I think there's 4 of them. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
there's
two
one more bigger
That's
than
two
that.
25-pound flour batches. So it's like a 50-pound batch.
Okay, so like, that's a 50-pound batch.
Yeah, because I buy my bags 25-pounders.
What flour are you using, my boy?
It's I don't know. Like I'm so like just gonna make it good, whatever it is. I'm gonna try my hardest to make it good because I started from grocery store, so that's what I'm used to. But anyways, I think we've tried a few, but we're on Graincraft.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which bag?
It's the high gluten.
Mondako?
I don't know.
Or Power?
You could. I think it's Power. Yeah.
Fucking hell yeah.
Yeah. So.
Shout out Graincraft.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Like I'm telling you, we didn't not know what we were doing. I was buying Cisco flour in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is god awful. This is not good. So then, yeah, we've pretty much been on Graincraft since we opened. Like after I figured out Cisco's shit was like trash.
Well, let's do
a
little quick speed round.
Yeah.
So what's the best flour you've ever used?
Like straight up, like I'm super into it, but I'm like not that nerdy with it. Like I'm gonna make it good whatever it is. Like, but I always just fuck with unbleached AP. Like that's my thing.
That's your thing. What's your favorite? What's the best cheese to use?
The most expensive.
Nice.
Yeah, so like,
answer.
yeah, the most expensive. I'm actually because we use Cisco because like I said, like we didn't know what we were doing. Like we just jumped in, got a Cisco rep or whatever. We're gonna switch to Grande soon because I know that like everyone's like that's the shit. You have to use Grande. Right now we're using like some.
We use Grande. You don't have to. There's Galbani.
But we use like the top tier shit that Cisco has.
Saputo. Yeah.
And then we use fresh mozzarella and shredded mozzarella.
Okay. And then who's your favorite person in pizza?
Oh man, like
Dave Portney.
No,
kidding.
fuck.
I'm just kidding.
No, like
we wanted to make
probably
this,
Dom,
this
dude.
parody video.
Who?
Sorry.
Dom DeMarco. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, right?
Yeah, like I'm such a fucking fanboy for all those guys, like the New York dudes.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to make pizza, was just watching like Balco videos and shit.
Yeah.
And what's that other guy, Frank?
Panella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say they all look up to Dom, so I'm like, fuck it, Dom's the guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, make the parody video because I want to see that.
Yeah, I missed what you said. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just gonna tell him we were gonna make a parody video of somebody playing Dave.
DP.
Oh, yeah.
And then just gives us a terrible review.
Yes. I love it. Okay, so thanks for the speed round. Back to your dough that's just proofing there. Does it just sit outside the fridge and proof for 24 hours?
Yeah. So like I
Is
said,
it just because it's like a refrigerator in here?
yeah.
Is that why?
No,
it
we don't
works?
have the fucking room to refrigerate it. Like, there's no room. I only have these 2 refrigerators, and like that one's full.
So what happens?
My low boy's full.
What happens when you get even busier?
We sell out.
We sell out a lot. Yeah.
It's usually later in the day though, which is cool.
We're getting to the point though, like where we know, like now, like I used to make one batch and it would last 2 days.
Yeah.
And now we're to the point where we're making dough twice a day. So some days, that dough I made in the morning is gonna get used that night, depending on how crazy it gets.
Yeah.
But like I'm just one man, just trying to make it work. Like I'm making it as much as possible, as often as possible, But I'd like to like dial it in a little more, I guess, if I could. But with just the time I'm given, it's just like just fucking keep making dough.
Yeah.
It's gonna get used. But yeah, it just chills for the most part overnight.
Do you want? I mean, this is probably a dumb question, but do you want to get a mixer?
That was the
I
goal.
would, yeah. I think it gives us a little bit of a niche thing too that we do it by hand, but I'd take one, yeah, for sure. When we get some extra money, that thing just cost us $13K, so I'm sure we'll get one.
There's times when I come in here and it's like we've been slammed all day, and then I'm like, and then he has to make dough, and I feel so bad for him.
Dude, I just guarantee you, like, I feel like we should start a GoFundMe. to get you a fucking.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, dude,
like,
I'm not tripping.
I
It's
know
not
you're
bad.
not tripping, and this is a testament to like, yo, like, if you want to do this,
Yeah.
you find a way.
Yeah,
Okay?
for
you
sure.
you hand mix dough,
Yeah.
and like you've gotten very creative with your ovens, and like
Yeah.
I've seen your pizza, it looks great. Like
Yeah.
you can do it.
For sure.
But I just
yeah.
know if you got a Hobart or a Sun Mix in here, you would turn that thing on, you'd mix that dough, and you'd be like, "What the fuck was I doing?"
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, like I'm such, like I said, a fanboy of like what's that fucker, Anthony,
Mangieri?
Yeah, like he was like,
That fool ain't fucking hand mixing his
No,
dough
he
anymore.
said, but he said he did it for years. I'm like, if he could do it, I could do it.
Yeah, but yes, but like he was making like 40 dough balls and like selling out,
Okay.
Oh yeah, no.
right?
I didn't know that. I thought he was just, like cranking them. I don't know.
Listen, it's gonna be very romantic when I talk to you again in a year and a half, you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, back in the day when I was in here,
Yeah.
candlelight, there was no heat on, you know,
Yeah.
and I was rolling out the dough.
Yeah.
But now I don't even touch that shit.
I'm an addict. I'll always touch the dough.
Yeah, well, I just feel like your time is very important.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And you're
So it really is a game changer. Like,
having a dough mixer.
I'm
Dude,
like, I
listen,
wouldn't even
there's,
know,
there's
dude.
fucking two things that I care about in a pizzeria, right?
Yeah.
There are two main things of equipment, which is your pizza oven and your dough mixer.
Yeah.
And what I'm blown away with is just how creative you've gotten. I think like
Yeah.
that's why I keep talking about it, because it's like people always like, I can't do it. I have to get a Pizza Master. I need a Marisol oven. I need this. I need that. It's like,
yeah. No, you don't.
no, you don't.
Yeah.
You
Figure
know,
it out.
like figure it out and do it your way and
Yeah.
get in here and start cooking without a hood. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
No Ansel sips and fuck it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's a will, there's a way. And you know what? That's the thing about people. We're always going to make an excuse for something we feel like we can't do, but it's something we don't want to do. You know?
Yeah.
If you can find an excuse for it, you don't really want to do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
100%.
But I will say, when you get a dough mixer in here, call me. I want to hear your voice after the first batch
Yeah.
of like putting a whole 50-pound bag and doing like an 80-pound bag of dough
Yeah.
in a Hobart. You got the electricity for it, right?
I think so. I don't really know.
You just need 3-phase, right? You got 3-phase?
I don't know, to be honest. I know that electricity is a little bit of an issue, but as long as I'm using it without the ovens, I'm sure it'd be fine, right?
Yeah. Also,
Does it take like a 620 NEMA or something, or is it like just a regular plug-in?
it's like the 3-phase prong.
Oh,
thing.
so it is a different type of plug.
Yeah, but you could get even if you had like a small 20-quart mixer, like.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll talk off camera because
Yeah.
I'll send you a guy that he refurbishes Hobarts.
Oh, really?
His name's Alex. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're cheap. They're cheap.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get one down the line.
We've even
somewhere.
talked about that. We're like, after we get the hood, that was such a big purchase.
Well, you definitely. I mean, that was smart. That was a good place to put money.
Yeah.
'Cause
And I'm sorry.
no,
Go
does
ahead.
it get smoky in here still?
I would get my feelings hurt because I'd see people in here and being like, "Yeah, it's just smoky. My eyes are
Oh, yeah,
burning."
people's eyes would be
And
burning.
I'm like,
Because
suck
only-
it up.
only, like-
you know,
The pizza's good.
yeah, pizza's good.
Only
Don't-
when like the pies, like if we're slammed and the cooks are making pies all shitty, like the cheese will drip off.
Yeah.
Once that hits the stone, then it starts getting shitty. But if they're on their game, like it doesn't really happen. But
It
if
was
they're-
happening a lot at the beginning, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
How much are those Advantico ovens?
Dude, I'm embarrassed to say they're really affordable. like,
Don't
I
be
think-
embarrassed.
I think they're like
let people know.
$700 each.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we bought them. You can buy them two at once, and I think it was like $1,100.
So what's the biggest disadvantage with those ovens?
It's just the fact that like space. Like I wish we could cook more pies. Like
Yeah.
Because when we're like Friday night, Saturday night, it's like, fuck. We got like 5-8 pizzas waiting to go in
Did you
that are already
stack
made.
two
you know?
more of those pizzas? Two more of those ovens?
We probably could.
They
They're
actually
cheap
make
enough.
like 3-chamber ones, right? That
Yeah.
aren't separate.
They make them. They make those ovens with multiple
I've
decks.
seen those, yeah.
In one motor or whatever. I don't know how to say that, but
Yeah.
But the reviews were like, don't buy the ones that have multiple decks because they're not gonna get hot. You gotta buy the individual ones because those are gonna fucking get hot.
Yeah.
Those get up to like 800 degrees. It's nuts.
Yeah.
So
What do you cook them at?
I keep them at like 6.
There you go.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get that New York bake or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually we'll get 2 more, or maybe on Wednesday we'll fucking get a pizza master or something.
Yeah, just go fucking pick up maybe on Wednesday we just go pick up a pizza master at the fucking expo, dude.
Yeah,
just roll that bitch out, dude.
Yeah. Well, we're like, fuck it, let's just talk to him and maybe
So you
work something out. I don't know.
Open another credit card. We
We
tried
don't
to
actually
get,
have really any debt except for through our investor.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Get some debt, baby.
Yeah.
Get some debt, and you're smart for having an investor. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's so you can get a credit card, 18 months, no fucking payments, and at least for a mixer. But fucking those pizza masters are like 30,
I was going to ask
40K.
you, even for the little one, how much is it going to cost, you think?
Oh man, I think, dude, they jacked their prices up. So somebody just told me that they bought the oven that I have, and it was 10 grand more. So it was like $48,000 for a
Holy
933, and don't quote me, people, because this is just through the grapevine. When I was dealing with my Pizza Master, it was 3 years ago, and I got mine with steam injection, three tiers at the 933 for I think around 35.
Damn.
35,000. But
It's hefty.
yeah, but if you think about how many pizzas you can push out, how easy it makes your life, and then like what it will do on its return, I mean, I
Yeah.
would buy that oven 300 times.
Yeah, you
again.
can pay it off in 5 years or whatever, right? It maybe it's like a car
Closer
payment
to,
at this
closer
point.
to 5 years. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
in the grand scheme.
yeah,
that
in the
makes
grand
way
scheme,
more
fuck
sense.
it. I mean, like if I were you guys, honestly, I would get a fucking mixer in here tomorrow, and
Yeah.
like whatever with the ovens, because it seems like that's going to be a bigger purchase. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Does anyone else out here have a Pizza Master?
Hell no. No, I don't think so.
Because that even the bake in those things are just like
You're not gonna burn
they're
bottoms at all, huh?
insane.
Like-
Well, you could definitely still burn a pizza, but dude, it's just the control that you have.
Yeah.
It's like I look at that.
No, I've been telling him, I'm like, dude, like if we had the money, like I've been doing so much research for years. I'm like, yeah, we need a pizza master, but fuck, we can't afford that
Yeah. Well,
yet.
time or
We'll get
money.
it.
Well, fuck, dude. Let me ask you guys one more question. You ready? It's the most important question in the podcast, as everyone knows. Who is the greatest band or artist of all time? And you both have to answer this question.
David Bowie.
Boom. Didn't even have to think about it.
I've been thinking about this one for a while. I can't. Like I'm such a connoisseur. It feels weird to just pick one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really into like jungle right now. What else do I listen to?
The band Jungle or like jungle music?
No, the band Jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sick. What else?
We're so weird with music. Like our mom she wasn't a musician, but she listened to a lot of music
Yeah.
growing up, and that just like embedded in us. So like literally, I'll listen to like some death metal, and then put on a country song, and then put on the
If it's
radio,
good,
listen
it's
to pop
good.
song. I'll listen to Drake or whatever, and he's the same. We just listen to so much music, and the only reason I could jump and say David Bowie is just because at an early age I realized he was like the first one that was like, he existed through all the years as shit was changing, and
Yeah.
you're like, he rode the wave, and he made I don't think he made a bad song to me, but
What about Chicano Batman? They're sick.
They're sick.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Bowie was so good at reinventing
Oh, yeah.
himself and continuing to evolve. And
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of artists or just people in general have trouble with that. And it's probably because changing is really tough. Change.
Yeah. That part.
To the old gods and the new gods, where do we go to check out Slice Godz?
Yeah, just Slice Godz with a Z on everything.
On everything.
Yeah. Oh, I think we only have Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
we got TikTok.
Yeah.
You got TikTok?
We've
Yeah.
been making the little kids that work here. They're not little kids, but
I know what you mean.
They're younger. We
Anyone's-
try to get
anyone
them
who's
to do
below
it.
30 is a little kid to me now.
yeah,
Yeah.
they help us with the TikTok.
Yeah,
Wait,
Slice Godz with a Z.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I was just gonna say we could do it ourselves, but every time I open that app, I'm just like, open, close it.
The TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's dangerous.
I'm it's tough for me. I feel like I just don't need another thing to fucking suck me in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Instagram and other Instagram's the best place to promote for anything. And TikTok you can promote, but people are there more for entertainment.
Yeah.
They don't want to see
It's like
some
watching
ad
TV
or something.
I went over to some friend's house. They started mirroring the TikTok, and that's what we were doing. We were just watching
to their-
TikTok
to
on
their
a
TV?
fucking, yeah. And I was like,
Oh, that's
yo,
lit.
I gotta go. It's time for me to leave. Is this what we do now?
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
yo, it's 9:00. It's my bedtime.
Yeah, that's lit.
What?
Thanks.
Well, dudes, thank you so much for letting us stop by and hang out with you and do this.
Thank you, man.
It was really awesome.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Stoked.
Yeah.
When our powers combined, we
Oh, yeah.
become.
Yeah, when he told us that you were coming, I was just like, really? Like, we've only been open a little bit, like 4
I was just like
months.
bugging him. I bugged you a couple times. I'm like, dude, let's fucking do it. Like, fuck
yeah.
it. It just worked out when you're on the way.
We just talked to somebody that's not even open yet. I'd talk to somebody who
Oh,
just
really?
bought an uni oven. You know, it's like,
Oh, sick,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like everyone's on their own path, and this is you
Yeah.
guys are on a special one.
Thank
so
you.
Hell yeah, thank you, man.
thank you for the time.
We got a
Hell
question for you.
Yeah.
Can you get us into the Pizza Expo?